Hello and welcome back to Marineford TCG. My name is Joe. Drink of the day was a cold can of Red Bull. And the other day I was sitting in my bed scrolling on X and I saw a post from Ruben shouting out the winner of his latest chinoize cup, playing purple yellow croc. And this guy beat some good decks. Beat Boa, and I thought, nah, there's no way. There's no way this deck can be good, right? So I thought we'd try it out. I've tried to keep this quite authentic to the list that won the cup. But I did change one or two counts of cards, just things I found working out better than others. But, you know, this deck, I think it's decent. I think it is decent. It's not like a meta breaker, don't get me wrong, but you can catch your opponent off guard, and a lot of this deck's wins do just come from your opponent not knowing what the hell you're doing. Between You'll Frighten Me and Okama Way, and the different sort of choices you have with the Okama Way, either Okama Weighing just into a big guy to nullify the hits, putting it into a Kiku or a Kuma to just prolong the game, putting it into a Hawkins to lengthen the game. You've got a lot of different options with this Crocodile deck that you can go for. And you get a lot of dirty wins off your either triggers coming up, your opponent just not playing around your events, and then there are things like that. And you also just have a ridiculous amount of healing. So into decks that struggle into healing, you just go forever. We've got 4 of the Kuma, 3 of the Croc, and 4 of the Boa. I have cut the Croc down to 3, just because I was finding I was breaking up a lot, and I generally kind of prefer this Croc. Playing this out on 6 is great, because every turn this gives you a free 2k, and sets it on as active when combined with your leader effect, which, on a vanilla stat line that gets around like 7-cost Shanks, he can't rest this, which is cool. This feels like a really, really good card in the deck. I'm a big fan of this Crocodile. And that's why I've maxed him out at 4. The list that won the chinoize cup, I believe, only had this at 2, but I found it outperforming, so I have gone to 4. In terms of the other cards you might not know, we have this Miss Wednesday, who is the very, very good ramp card. You could play her out on 3, and then when your opponent attacks, you dodge -1 with her, ramp 1 back, so she goes neutral, but she also activates your leader effect, so you ramp once, and she's a blocker. And you can do this every turn, this Don -1, ramp 1 Don is active, to effectively restab 1 Don when your opponent attacks. And then she's a blocker later, and you can also swing with her, like 1 Don to swing for 5, not too bad. And if you don't need multiple Don -1, say you play this on 3 and then ramp with her effect, and play Kuma on 6, we can ramp with her again. You can ramp to 7 and go straight from Kuma to Boa, which is an interesting line. You've got a lot of interesting lines with this Miss Wednesday, but there's not enough Baroque work cards, I think, to run a full Baroque Works package in this deck. So you just kind of got to draw her, which a lot of the stuff in this deck is you just kind of got to draw it. Running 2 of this Hiyori, it's another heal, right? This whole deck is around healing triggers and just like being really annoying. And this Hiyori is a nice option to have. You can just dump her for 4. Yes, she's very easy to rest with things like Usahachi, but you can always Okama way into her. It's an option. Other than that, we're playing very standard like yellow stuff. We've got the Kuma with this new Rayleigh, who's very good into Ace for getting rid of their the Jozu. I do think this deck is pretty tricky into Ace. I do still think this deck has a difficult matchup into Ace, but if you can get a little bit lucky, either in them not drawing the perfect curve and you drawing your perfect curve, it is winnable. You've got to probably catch them off guard though with one of these events, which, you know, if you're playing against top players at the top tables of a regional, it's probably not going to happen very much. But if you are someone who just wants to take this to your locals, you'll catch people off guard at your locals. Your locals are not going to know the intricacies of Okama Way and You'll Frighten Me, combined with all your on-board, like, on-KOs and stuff like that. They're just not going to know. Overall, I think this deck is a lot of fun. It's honestly one of the more fun decks I've played in a minute. I really love this format, because even if you have a bad matchup into one deck, like, say this deck has a bad Ace matchup, well, if you can just dodge Ace, it's possible now. It's not going to happen at a big regional. You're going to find some Aces, but at least at your locals, people are going to be trying out the new stuff. And I think Purple Yellow Croc, low-key, not too bad into the new stuff. Okay, got to go into Boa, because we're going to the casino. He's chosen second. I don't like that hand. Not a huge fan of this hand either. The 6-cost Croc is really good though. I do quite like this in the matchup. He's got the Grandma. I can't really afford to give him a trigger. It's really unfortunate that we don't have the Miss Wednesday. When you get those games where you just high roll into the Miss Wednesday, it feels so good in this matchup. We also don't have a 2k, so we will be taking this, and I'll use the trigger for sure. I do like Rayleigh, but I think I just want a 2k right now. So that we have a 2k, you know? I think... Am I willing to give him a trigger? Not really. Next turn we can... I think we just play it slowly. Got Croc into Croc or Kuma. Hiyori would be nice later. I don't mind taking one hit this turn. We want to counter one. He's on 6. So I guess I'm expecting Kuma. If it is Kuma, though, he's only swinging 5-6, which is actually not great, unless we give him a trigger here. I'm going to take the risk. See if he wants to trigger or if he wants to take the free block. Let him make the choice. That's fine, then. Just go with Kiku. This will be a nice Okama way target later, as also as just like it's a good body. 6k, pretty good. 2k, definitely countering this. If he swings 5, goes Kuma, I will counter the 5 as well. We'll give him the Hawkins in that case. And I think I want to play the Crocodile first. Just to get the free 2k up and rolling. 7, though, we'll take. No trigger there. Kuma is not too bad, though. Okay, go to the Sables. Interesting. Well, we've got no Okama way. What do you do if I swing 6 here? Sables is kind of annoying, actually. I would have liked to keep that Kiku on the board. Hot take. I think the free 2k is too good to pass up. But next turn we're going to have an interesting choice. It might be something like Kuma. Yeah, I think it's going to be a Kuma next turn. Let's go 6 here. Cool. He lets us burn. That's fine. We're never going to get rushed down too aggressively by them because we have a lot of healing. Let's go with this and then pass. We've got our free 2k. If he Sables is this, I'll feel quite upset. I'm not going to lie. I really don't want to see a Sables on this, but it is what it is. Hopefully he's used the only one that he had. We'll see. I mean, 4 Don Bouncer 4 is not that efficient. Just a Shaki. That's not a good turn. That is not a good 8 Don turn. Ditches a... That 2 boas. Holy shit. That is 2 boas. Let's do this. Buff to 7, and then I'll give a Hawkins 1k. It's lovely that this just gives you a free 2k. Another Okama way is solid. I think we're just going to go with a Kuma this turn and burn the Kiku. He is going to get a life here, though. And we know one of these is a trigger. Let's go 7. Yeah, I don't want him to counter any of these easily. Wow, it was a trigger. Who would have thought? Are we ever going to use more than one event? I don't think so. I don't really want to use any events this turn. But we're probably going to have to because we have very, very little counter. I think we're always happy to just use one event, though. Let's go 9. Cool, no trigger there. Go the Kuma, ditch a Kiku, and then pass. And we've got a free 2k. We can use at least one event. Yeah, there's a Boa. That's to be expected. 5. We'll counter this one with a 1k. So we'll go cancel. And then give Mrs. Wednesday. Goes 5. So this is going to be 7, most likely, because he still has Ran effect. I'll choose to counter this one, then we can Okama away the last one. Buff, resolve. 6. Is he keeping a Don for an event? Okay. We could choose to take this. If we take this and then remove both of these and heal. How out of position are we in? We still have Okama ways. It might be okay to take this. Pudding will potentially be a problem, but if we Kuma instead of Croc, we will be lower on hand size, so it becomes lesser a problem. I'm going to do a risky take. I might actually not do that, just to have the 2k. How many have we gone through? Just 1. And we bot decked 1 as well. A beige. Do you want to use this? I could go like Hiyori and Kuma. It's not too bad. Still have 1. We only have 1 event. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, 3rd Okama way. That's a lot of Okama ways. That's a lot. It's a lot of events. Let's try and take out Ran, see what event this is. This could be Slave or it could be You'll Frighten Me. But this is not online yet because he's not at 2 or less lives. Cool, that goes down. Let's try and take out Shaki. See if he wants to save this. I'm assuming this is Slave Arrow because there's no reason to keep one up there. If it was just like a I'm beautiful. We'll go 5. See if he wants to take or counter. I imagine he'll counter this 5. Yeah. You got Kuma, Bitch Kiku to heal, and then we'll play the Hiyori and pass. And we've got one event we can use. We can either Okama away or You'll Frighten Me. We can block with the Hiyori and trash 1 to heal again, which is nice. Yeah. And depending on what order he sequences in, we have the choice of events. Okay, just goes with the Kuma. No more boas, but he did trash 2 boas. I'm guessing maybe he wasn't expecting quite as much healing from us, but that would seem a little foolish because we are helping at the Croc. We are very known for our healing. We can always come away into the Kumas, which is pretty solid. 7. Do have a 1k. I think I will... how do we want to approach this? I think Dominus 1, go to 7. Counter out, and also You'll Frighten Me. 7. No blocker. 1k. You'll Frighten Me. 2 for Yuri. Okay, sacks his life. Very nice. A lot of Okama ways. I think I'm going with Croc this turn. Yeah, I think I'm crocking. Who up? Crocking right now. Let's go 5 to start. We know this is almost certainly a trigger, so he's going to have 4 swings next turn. We can get out one of them with that. We can block one. We've got the Okama away as well. We're not in a bad spot here, I don't think. And we're going to heal with this Croc. What's this? Just a blocker. I'll take that any day of the week. Let's go 7. That is not a good trigger. Is this another trigger? I'm guessing it is. I didn't want to play it. Let's go 8. Takes down to 1. Cool. And then we'll go with the Croc. Use the card action. 1, 2. Get the heal. Pass it up. If we need to draw 1 trash 1, we can go with it. But we have a lot of events. We have 2 active. We're going to get 1 more active from this interaction. We have a 2k. This heals on block, as long as we can trash 1, which we can. Can also come away into the Kumas if we need more healing. So I think we're in a good spot here. I prefer my board to his, is all I'll say, just because we have this sort of plethora of obnoxious events in our hand. Which is great. One thing we don't have is a lot of actual counter. So, yeah, it is what it is. Other than this free 2k, which made a mistake. I'm happy with it. I'm happy about it. 7. How do we want to approach this one? I think I want to You'll Frighten Me the Boa again. What do I want to do with the rest of it? Do I want to counter with the Kuma? This is the only thing we have to play next turn. We could just frighten the Boa and then take. I'm going to go cancel on that. Cancel on that. No blocker. You'll Frighten Me the Boa. And then take. Is it the first time you ever seen someone get a Kiku trigger and just go, nah, we ain't using it? That feels weird. I've not had that before. That feels very, very weird. But the only thing we'd be playing it over this is this Hiyori, and that doesn't feel great. Might even just choose to block with this Hiyori now. Okay, goes to the Boa, he can freeze something. Freeze our Croc. Fair enough. And then do we have a leader swing? I think I'll block with the Hiyori if he does. Yeah. We get a free draw 1, trash 1 here. Yeah, this is no harm, no foul. Another one of those is interesting. Trashing this. Not going to do that. And then, yeah, I think we block, and I guess we'll trash an Okama away, right? I'm liking this position. We managed to out-heal the Boa. What a time to be alive. He does still have this blocker, so I'm not sure we can go for lethal this turn between the 1 Don and the blocker. It's going to be a bit tricky. But we can just heal again. We're kind of just fine, I'm not going to lie. I think we're pretty good here. We do have to find something to trash, but we'll see what we draw off the top. A Boa would be perfect. A 9-cost Boa. We haven't seen one yet, right? Yeah, we have not seen a Boa yet. One of those would just be a very, very good top deck. Free heal, free burn. What's not to love? I'm surprised he gave up all his Boas later. I think probably just inexperience with the Purple Yellow Croc matchup. People don't know what this deck can do. We're very, very tricky, right? We have a lot of little tricks up our sleeve. And, ooh. That's actually quite tempting. Another free 2k. That's actually quite tempting, I think. I'm going to keep it simple and just start with 7 at lead, see what happens. Okay, gives us the old 1k, 2k, very nice. I think now I'm going to go with the old 9k lead. Because we are still threatening it. We're still threatening lethal. That's not a trigger. If we go 9k here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we'll have 1 Don active. We'll have 1 more Don from leader effect. So we'll have 2 Dons. I mean, at the very worst, one of them can just be an Okama away into Kuma. That's kind of fine. We can also heal, but I think I'd rather use the Crocodile just to get more free counter. So let's go 9, see what we get here. If he blocks, we can force 12, but I'm not sure I want to. Because this can still be Slave Arrow, right? I'm assuming this is a Slave Arrow. And that's 11k. That goes to 11 immediately, right? If he counters this, we're obviously not piling on. I will just swing 5. Is there ever a world where he puddings us from 4? I mean, maybe. We get a free draw 1 trash one as well, though. There is the Slave Arrow. Okay. Very nice. It's the Grandma. So we know he has a 2k in hand. Right. Let's go with this and then end the turn. So we've got 2 2ks on the board for free. If he puddings us, we've at least got that. And we've got to draw 1 trash one. In hand, we've got our tricks fucking up the wazoo. This is live because we did not heal. 7. How do I want to do this? I think we go with... Definitely, again, we're going to go with the You'll Frighten Me on this. And I think we just go with double 3 2ks here. We could just give the Kuma. Giving the Kuma's not bad. Stop this attacking. You'd think he'd learn, right? Attack with the big thing first. We're gonna stun it over and over and over again. It is what it is. I'm gonna take this one. This is free if I want to use it. I don't think I want to use it right now, though. I'm not sure what this is for 10 still. We'll just go cancel and resolve. No trigger there, but we do have another heal if we want it. Which is very funny. That is very funny. 10 Don, what have we got? 7. What's this for 8? Kuma, hold 2, I guess. I think we're just forcing, and we've also got 2 Okama ways we can keep. We'll use the, Do I even want to draw 1 trash one? I guess it's literally no downside, right? I don't really want that. I'll just give the 1k, yeah. Yeah, he just leaves. GG indeed. I'm not really sure what we were going for there with the, like, if he takes, I guess he was going to femur the locker, but I don't know. I think definitely swung out of sequence quite a few times there with not swinging with the boa first. It kind of is what it is. We had that Hiyori blocker for quite a while, though. I would have likely just burned that earlier, and we would have kept the You'll Frighten Me's. We saw a ridiculous amount of counter events there, right? What was that? 3 You'll Frighten Me's and 3 Okama Ways. We didn't even use half the Okama Ways, and we didn't see a single boa. But I think you sort of saw the power of this Crocodile buying you cards, and obviously Kuma's, no joke. Going into Mihawk, we're going to second. So the cards I like in this matchup, I do like Kiku. Not too big a fan of Basil. I really like the purple Crocodile, the 6-cost one. That's been very, very good into Mihawk so far. I'm tempted to mulligan this, because we only have a Ford on play. We don't have anything else as follow-up. Okay. I mean, it's okay. It's not my favourite, but we do have a ramp. Oh, that is my favourite. Let's go with the Lilith. Take a Kiku or a 2k. That's a lot of 2ks, but we're going to get a free 2k from this, and they don't really play a way to deal with this effect, so I might just take the Kiku or something for next turn. I would rather play her than Miss Wednesday, I think. I don't think the ramp one, unless we draw like a, if we draw a boa, this is boat, I guess, we'll take. It's frustrating, but it is what it is. No, he's just keeping one up for an event. Let's go 5 lead. Cool, he takes. And then, do I want to play Kiku or do I want to play Miss Wednesday? Miss Wednesday ramps us. Is the extra Dom worth it and the block? I think I'm just going to go with the Kiku. The Kiku's annoying. And that's what I aim to be with this deck, is as annoying as possible. This Jishigi's also annoying. She's going to rest the Perona and 1 Don, I guess. No, rest 2 Don. 5 here, I'll counter. Yeah, I'll happily counter. Keep him 1 up. This is nice to have. It doesn't really deal with Tashigi, right? It helps. It's nice against, like, Perona. Let's go with 5 at lead. If he counters this 6, it actually gives him a pretty decent shot at clearing this. Is that true? We have a free 2k. I think I'm happy to swing. This is going to be Shanks, I would guess. We'll get this. Pass it up. Even if he does take out the Kiku, if he invests like a lot of resources into taking out this Kiku, I'm kind of okay with that. I'm not the most upset, so to say. Shanks is here. Rests my Lilith. Oh no. 8 to 6. Well, we're going Dominus 1. Give the buff here. And I'll give him a 1k Miss Wednesday. And then does he swing 6? Just 5. Oh, we don't have any healing. I think I'm happy to take, though. Oh, that's a nice draw. I like that one. We could also try and take out the Shanks. How valuable do we think that is? I don't think too valuable. Let's go 5. 6. So we go 7-7 here. Or we can throw a 5 and threaten a 9. I kind of like 7-7 though. And just play out the Kuma. Ditch the Kiku, get the heal. Yeah. We'll just push the pace of his life a little bit here. I don't think starving him out is going to do too terribly well right now. Go 7. We'll go Kuma. Ditch the Kiku. Pass. Now we've got a free 2k still. We've got this. He's going to free something. That's fine. I don't love it, but it is what it is. I'd like to see a 9-cost boa. That'd be the dream. That would, in fact, be the dream. We don't have any Okama ways as well. Which is a little annoying. Kuma can't rest. It's going to be 10 to croc. 10 to croc. I'll absolutely defend out of that. We'll do this. Buff here. I'm surprised he's going to take out this Lilith, I guess, with the Perona. We'll give up the Rayleigh because he's not really doing anything anymore. Will he attack the Kiku? I don't know. Probably, maybe? This is 8. Is this going to attack Kiku? If it attacks Croc, we're saving it. Oh, it attacks Kiku. Do we want to save this? I could have, You'll Frighten Me, but no, we're at 3. Never mind. Ignore me. I think we let this go so that we can take a life. Yeah, we'll let this go. We'll heal, and then we'll take a life. Yeah, sure. Just play out Hiyori. I don't really feel like it's that good. Hoping to see something. Croc's fine. That'll do. Not amazing, but it'll do. There's been all of these You'll Frighten Me are just not online. It's a little annoying. With 2 Don, do I want to keep more than 1 open? This can't attack. This is 7. Go 4 and then swing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go 13 to Shanks. If he's a 4K event though, we're in a pickle. This is a 3-2K. Oh, a brick. I wish this was a boa, man. I really wish this was a boa. That'd be so much better. Did we just not swing this? I'm going to go 2-2. I want to get his Barona. It's just a rest target that's kind of annoying. Go 5. What if we just play Hiyori as a blocker? Go 12 into 9. It's not terrible. If he does have a 4K event, I'll feel bad about it. Get only 2 cards. But if we just put pressure at his face and he goes with another Mihawk or a Lorpo, we have nothing next turn. The board is getting a little out of control here. Whiffing a good body this turn is really big. I guess we just have to go with the Croc, right? Yeah, I think we have to just go with the Croc. So we'll go 7 lead and then just go with the Croc. If I don't play out a body, I feel like I'm in a worse position. If he has a counter event, he can use it. Sure, DMG. Could have maybe swung 8 there. Maybe could have swung 8 there. Or this, use the card action. And then pass. We get a free draw 1, trash 1 if we want. It's not strictly free because then if we use both of these, we actually do go down a Don. The You'll Frighten Me's are giga bad right now. Which ain't great. 10. This is going to die. There's not a lot we can do about it. Yeah, we need to be lower on life. We're just too high on life, honestly. This is kind of... Yeah, it's not looking good. I'm going to use this one. Oh, does that help? Does that ever help? Let's trash one of these. If we go to 10 with the effect and then the Hiyori, we could Okam away the Mihawk swing into the Lilith and then keep the whole board. I think that's the way. We're still just so damn high on life. I wish this could direct a leader. That'd be so good. No, you're attacking Lilith. Resolve. The fact that both of these are stunned is miserable. It's just miserable. Resolve. No trigger. Attack me again. Yes, thank you. Ooh, no trigger. That's very tricky. It's a very tricky card. That's interesting as well. Ooh, okay. What do we want to do here? Got some interesting options. Don't have a lot of Dons. We do have an Okama away. We've got 2 You'll Frighten Me, so we can stop both of these attacking in theory, which is great. This is swinging at 7. I'm going to swing at 7. Okay, here's another DMG. It's kind of annoying. Could go 8 to Toshigi. I think I want to play the Hawkins just to have the option of Okama weighing into that. Seems really solid. We might need 3 Don. This gives us 1. We get 1 back for free. 1, 2. So we need to leave 2 up. So we can swing 7 again. I think I'll just swing 7 lead. And then play Hawkins. If he has another event, I mean, I guess he can counter out. This guy has literally all the counter. It's kind of frustrating. It is what it is. Let's go with that and pass. See what sequence he decides to attack here. Because we can stun 2 things immediately. Which, he can still rest these with the Tashigi, which is very annoying. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. He can stun 2 guys. Oh, Tashigi's done it already. She's procced already. That is huge. That's huge. He's going for lethal. He's going for lethal. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Right, he can't rest anything. He's used the Mihawk effect as well. That is immense. That's immense. Right, what's the sequencing? Do we want to use either of these? I don't want to use this right now. I don't want to use this right now because I want to take. He has 2 swings. One of them we can just Okama away later. That's a clip. Holy shit. This poor guy, he swung with his Tashigi out of sequence and lost the game immediately. Bro, I'm so glad. Bobby Croc, baby. That's very, very, very funny. So I think what he should have done there is start just swing the shanks. Just get the shank swung. Rest like the Kuma. It doesn't really matter. Kuma Hawkins. We would have still done the double You'll Frighten Me and taken. But at least then he can use the Tashigi effect to rest the 2 Mihawks. Both to buff the Tashigi, which is fine. But also then just so that these freeze our Croc and our Croc. I would have ended up Okama weighing one of the swings into the Hawkins, so we would have trashed this life. With any luck, we'd have been able to get out of the other swing, which would have been nice. So he'd have had 3 cards in hand, 1 life, and we have 2 swings in the Kuma and the Crocodile. I'm drawing a Boa, so there is an argument that we could Boa. We would be at... We might only be on 9 Dom, so the split would be like 9 plus 7 Dom, 9, 12, so 10, 11. Yeah, we win at that. No, we don't necessarily, because he has 2k, 2k, and these can discard. Yeah, we might not have actually won that game if he played it right. If he played it right, we might not have actually won that game. If I just don't Okama away, but then he has an extra life, so that's never the art. That's never the answer. Yeah, weird one. Weird that we might not have actually won that if he'd just played it correctly and just not spaffed his Shishigi effect. Hey, either way, I'll take the win. It was very funny, even if perhaps we should have actually lost that game if he'd played correctly. Okay, got a game into ace going second. This should be very, very difficult, I think. Rayleigh's important in this matchup. He is. Boa is also important. We're on odds. I do like to see a ramp. I think we really need to high roll, but this is already pretty reasonable. I don't mind swinging 8 on 3. I'd like to see A4 cost, specifically a Kiku would be great. He mulliganed though. Gonna take a risky keep. Because I really like the Rayleigh for dealing with his Jozu. And I also just really like the Boa because it's just a good character, right? He's got the Whitebeard event. I'd love it if he uses a second searcher. He does not. Let's just go 8. He'll take this one. Draw a card. Pass. This is where I wish every deck had access to pudding. We don't have anything for that. May as well draw 2. Okay, got the Kiku. That's nice. I like the Kiku. Marco, very nice. We're going to go 6 and then just play out the Kiku. If he Jozu's it, he Jozu's it. It is what it is. It is what it is. If we'd had the Miss Wednesday on 3, I would absolutely have played that last turn. Because swinging 8, it's fine. It's not incredible, though, because they get the draw. If he hadn't put a Don in his leader, we'd be in a way better spot. But I'm guessing this is Jozu. What a surprise. Does swing with the Marco. We don't actually have a 2k. That's pretty rough. Well, at least it's 6-6, so we can take one and counter the other. That's really bad, though. We'll go 1k, 1k. That's miserable, honestly. That is very miserable. Next turn, he's going to be swinging 8 and 8. Oh, we might just be cooked already, honestly. Do we ever keep one up for a come away? I don't think so. It's just, yeah, it's kind of bad. It is kind of bad. We can at least remove the Jozu, but let's see if we can take out the Marco. There's no way he lets this go, though. No way in hell. If he whiffs Whitebeard, maybe we've got a chance, but I doubt that's the case. Yeah, if he whiffs the Whitebeard, maybe there's an argument I could have kept that 2k, but without that, we wouldn't have had to play on 4. Because we would have top decked the Kiku, but I don't know. He's taking his time, so I'm guessing maybe he doesn't have Whitebeard. Otherwise, he would have slammed it. We know he at least probably has another event. Because he took one very early on off the Garp, and he has countered with one since. Okay. No, he has Redbeard. Okay, that's not as bad. It's still bad. We actually don't have a 2k. We have 1k counter in hand. That... What a joke! Well, I guess we're taking, gamers. What does this do? Do we want to play out Kiku? Oh my god. What are we doing? If we don't play this Boa, we play the Croc. We can keep up 2 Don. And hit him with this, and then he'll come away to survive. Oh, this is just bad, isn't it? If he puddings us with... What if we play out the Kiku? We're going to come way into the Kiku if we play out the Kiku. Let's do it. Yeah, we can Okama way into the Kiku next turn. I think that's all I've got. Taking that one. I mean, another Kiku trigger, it's helpful. Hiyori's interesting. But we need to heal first because we don't have to play around Roger because of this. But she will get drive-by Newgate. Is a problem. Let's go 6 to Marco. If he wants to defend these 6s, then that's fine. Because I don't really want to swing into his life. You know? I don't really want to do it. Cool, he lets it go. I think that's a smart decision. He doesn't have a Don as leader. If we went like 8, 4 for Hiyori. It's not the worst. I think we need to develop something meaningful, though. And this Crocodile is meaningful. And he has 2 swings next turn. We can certainly get out of one of them when I come away. We can't play Boa because I don't have a... I don't have a Don for a come away. And we can just very easily lose if I play Boa. So I'm going to use the Crocodile. Don -2. And pass it up because we can't attack into an 8k leader. What a shocker. What a shocker. If this Croc sticks, which I imagine it will, I don't foresee Red Rock probably, this at least gives us a way to get a free Don every turn, which is nice. But we did use the You'll Frighten Me trigger, so that's a bit tough. That Kiku Last Life trigger might have been game-saving, though. That might have been game-saving. We're going to, again, only 9 next turn, which is a little bit of a shame. If this Croc sticks, though, we can play the Boa, because we'll still have a Don for the Okama way, which is something. And if he doesn't go to 8, these Kikus are actually going to put on a lot of pressure. Go to the Yams. 7. Do we want to go with the draw and trash one? I think we always do. Then we can probably Okama away this into the Kiku. Yeah, let's go Don -1. What do I not want here? Honestly, all these cards are pretty good. We might not need 2 of these, but I can trash one next turn. We're definitely going to need as many Okameways as possible. This is also good. I think it's the Lilith. And then do I want to Okameway? No, I can't now because we did Dominus 1 there. Otherwise, we won't be able to Boa. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe that was a mistake. Let's take this one. No trigger. If he puddings me, I'm fucked. Well, not necessarily. We can still draw an Okameway. But we do have to Okameway. Maybe you shouldn't have used the croc effect. Because we can only ramp one back once per turn. But I guess if we just like Kuma this turn, then it's okay. Yeah, that's a mistake. Can't care anything. He's just put all his Don there for no reason. And you do sometimes get these matchups, right? Where the opponent just doesn't know. They just don't know. Turn 1, you're actually attacking Okiku. Resolve or game 1. he didn't know. We got his ass. Surprising amount of times that will happen though. That's not like a niche case. That does just happen, right? People don't know about the Okameway. I'm thinking we're going Kuma this turn. We'll see how many lives he takes here. Start with 6 from Kiku. Got a lot in hand. 10 is crazy. 10 is crazy. Just the 1k. 6 from Ray. I expect he'll take at least 1 hit here, so I'm probably good to toss a Boa. Would we ever go Hiyori and not Kuma? To put out more pressure. I don't think so. I think I'm good with 6 and just developing another body. This one he'll take. Go Kuma. Ditch this. Pass. I've got an Okameway. Again, we can go down to 0, but we do have to be a little bit more scared because there's one more body on the board this turn. Will he ever play a Whitebeard? Find out next time. But yeah, we're going down to 1. We got, what, 3 cards out of his hand there? Was that 3 or was that 4? 1, 2, 3 cards. No need to do that. 6 is interesting, though. That means no Bluebeard. Taxbeard, maybe? Taxbeard would be kind of weird. I will just, like, Boa past if that's the case. Just trash that. We are 8. I don't really want to... I only really want to use one Dominus 1 effect this turn. Which means we're Okamewaying, right? 6 here. Maybe I could have took that 6. Feels kind of weird, but... I think I'll trash the Hiyori. See how this Whitebeard wants to attack. If we attack into the Kiku, we can heal to 4, which is kind of wild. Okay, Red Rocks are Kuma. Interestingly, getting rid of the Croc. I think getting rid of the Croc would have actually been better. 12 to 9. Okay, nothing, of course. We're not going to do that. I'm going to Okameway into the Kiku here. And just get another heal, because I want to keep this on the board way more than the Kiku. Buta, sure. It's just this, right? If we swing 6, would he ever take it? I doubt that. But I'm not going to give him the opportunity. We'll just pass here. 1, 2, 3 swings next turn. We do kind of need to deal with this blocker, though. I think it's worth it, because we'll get 3 cards here. He'll get all 1 in the blocker. And we have 1 more come away. If he's going to Red Rock, I think he Red Rocks the Boa at this point. Interestingly, he's not developed any blocker beards, though. I don't really know what's going on with that. Does just block. Cool, we'll pass it over. We do have the Dom -1 with this. Not particularly excited about the draw and trash one, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's fine. 6 of 6. We definitely want to defend this. Not going to do that yet. Just give up the Kuma. I should have took a life last turn, I think. I think that was a mistake. But there's so many different options with this deck, right? So many. Will he finally play a Bluebeard, by the way? Will he do it? He's got to have had one, right? He's drawn so many cards. Yeah, there's Bluebeard. Very nice. He's going to have 8 in hand. This is 8. 12. 12 to 9. We'll put this here. Use card action. Dom -1. I'll just trash that. Come away. Dom -1. You're attacking Rayleigh. Resolve. And then this 8 can only swing lead. You can choose to give us a card, or you can choose to not give us a card. You know? Would you like to give me a card, sir? You can't take this out now, which is very big. Cool. No trigger. But it is a blocker we can dump in case of emergencies. So if we go 12, 12, we're threatening only 10 at the end. Could start with 10 from the Boa. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roger will be 5 swings. We are somewhat weak to Roger now. We don't have a lot of counter going on. This blocker doesn't really help. If we go 12, 12, 10, he has to counter a 10 and a 12, which would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, and they've got to be a lot of 2Ks. And he would lose the Whitebeard. Let's start with 12. If he blocks, it's Jova. I'm pretty sure. Or if he blocks and sacks, at least. Vista. Tama. Joseph. Okay, 4 cards left. If we go 10 now, and it gives us 3 cards. 4, 5, 6, 7. This can still draw us good stuff as well. Only 2Ks is that. Only 4 2Ks. Wasn't bad. A few bricks. 10 also goes under the draw, which is nice. But if we go 11, 11. 11, 11 needs to be 8, 10, 12, 3 2Ks, or 2 2Ks, 2 1Ks. What's the odds his hand is literally all 2Ks? Maybe? What did he toss off this? Newgate. It was the red beard, right? Yeah, the red beard. So we're still tossing bricks. It's risky, but I'm going to go 11. If he has triple 2s, but I think this is probably our best chance for lethal, right? So once he starts establishing more and more of these Whitebeards, it becomes more difficult. So I'm going to go for it here and see what happens. I think there's a reasonable chance we get it. We did. Cool. I'm happy to get a win over Ace, especially going first. He messed up on that one turn. Didn't know about the come away. GG's for our opponent. But because of the amount, like, bag of tricks we have with this deck, it's happening all the time. Maybe once this deck gets more relevant and people stop forgetting about the come away, it becomes a little bit less powerful. But certainly if you're someone who wants to just take this to your locals, you can absolutely catch people off guard. The card has not seen play ever. And I think this is the best purple yellow croc's been. Yeah, I think an ace that draws perfectly and plays perfectly, you should never beat. But you do have some game, right? The Boa's very good, and the events are also very good. We got very lucky with the Last Life Kiku trigger as well. So, please, I'm under no false pretenses that we got quite lucky this game. But I'll take it, I guess. If we're playing trigger deck, you got to get lucky sometimes. So, thank you for watching. What do you think of that Mihawk game? Man, the double you'll frighten me into bench trigger. That's gotta be tilting. That's gotta be so tilting. Hippo just left. He threw that game, make no mistake. If he played perfectly, we should have lost. But that's what I mean. If you're looking for a top level regional deck, this is not it. But if you want something really fun to take to your locals and sort of troll people and play, just sort of get some and play with some cards that just nobody's ever seen before. Like, you got this common Crocodile, but he's just insane. He gives you free 2k. You got this old-ass Crocodile. I think he is just worse than Kuma and Boa generically. Kuma obviously coming down a lot earlier and having a great on-KO is solid. And Boa's miles better. Boa is miles better than this Croc. But this is effectively acting as, like, extra copies of Boa, because you do get the heal without having to trash card, which is nice. And the Dominus one does come up. If you've got this, it's less relevant because you don't want to Dominus multiple times per turn. Especially if you've just played this, right? Because you're going to go Dominus 2, you're going to be back on 8, even if you're at 10. If you use both of these, you're not going to 10 next turn. And it's obviously not ideal. But the draw one, trash one can absolutely come up. It can dig you towards your pieces if you don't have a chinoize. If you've not had this Croc or he's been cleared or something. This Croc is a nice Dom -1 in your opponent's turn that you really do kind of need to get this leader effect cooking. I think cards I've considered including Bonclay is always an option. I think Bonclay could be pretty decent in this deck. But my question is, what do I cut? Because I've kind of found everything coming up. The most useless card is probably the Hawkins. Maybe like one of each of these Crocs. But if you cut this Hawkins, I feel like you are just sacrificing the Emu matchup. Because without any way to trash your opponent's life, you're just kind of waiting to Boa, and then you'll just die very quickly. So I'm not sure I want to cut this Hawkins, but the Bonclay would make your ace matchup a lot better, right? And the ramp is cool, right? You can ramp from 4 to 5, draw to 7. Not the most relevant, but it means you can put a Don on your leader and play a 6 cost, which is okay. And then you will be on 9 on the following turn. So you do get to Boa 1 turn early on evens if you play the Bon. Slow beam, always an option as well. Where's that? It's in the Noro, isn't it? Noro beam sword. Again, if you want another trick up your sleeve to troll your opponents with, you could go with the Noro beam sword. I think broadly the You'll Frighten Me is just better. It's got a trigger, like, this also has a trigger, but this trigger's way better. This can play out Kikunojo. Enough said. And once you're low on life, both of them kind of stop one guy from attacking. Yes, this is better into ace because you actually rest the Whitebeard, but if they play properly, you might not even get the effect of this. If they like swing with their first Whitebeard, just swing with their leader and then play another Whitebeard, they'll lose all the value of the Dons, but they won't at least get beam sword into the ground. So I don't know. This is an option though, if you did want to. I don't think I've got too many other thoughts. Like I say, this deck, it's just a bit of fun. I don't think this is too serious, but maybe if you can make a better build, maybe you could. I could absolutely see this, like, making a deep run in Original. But I just think once you get to those later rounds and you're playing against better players, they're going to be aware of Okamaway. They're going to be aware of the You'll Frighten Me. And they're going to, because they're better players, they're going to be better equipped to play around the effects of these cards, combined with your own KOs. Can you still get there sometimes? Yes, but the inconsistency of this deck, in the fact that we only have one searcher and it only searches like half the deck, I think we'll catch up to you in the later rounds of a regional. But for your locals, I think this is a brilliant source, and I might just take this down 1 week because it's a lot of fun, and it's just fun, like catching people off guard and tricking them with these stupid tricks. It is very, very fun to play. I think I've said the word fun a lot in this video. Can you tell I like the deck? Either way, thank you for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.